Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about Pallas in Taurus in a natal chart. Now, first off, as far as people with displacement goes, they may have a tendency to solve dilemmas by using a lot of persistence, tenacity, patience, maybe even latent energy and even perseverance, and also with a lot of dedication, perhaps strong powers of concentration as well. It could also be at this, as far as people with Pallas and Taurus, it could also, some of their issues or problems may be resolved perhaps through very good financial acumen, the formulation of money-making plans. I'd say schemes, but I don't mean anything nefarious, of course. I mean, when I say money-making schemes, formulating a money-making plan that is legal, of course, is what I'm saying. But also, I mean, when you're talking about Pallas and astrology, it can be connected with legal matters, things that are pertaining to legalities, legal issues. Now, people have Pallas and Taurus, they may be embroiled in some kind of a legal matter that might be associated with money. It could be something where they may have been robbed or burglarized or victimized by some kind of blackmail or anything, or bribery, anything that could be connected with money. It might be money owed. This could be, it could be over some kind of possession even. It may also be, when you're talking about Pallas and astrology, it can be about certain disputes. Now, the disputes that this person may be involved in may be ones that may be of an enduring nature, and they may be rather stubborn battles through some kind of, it might be over something monetary, over possession. Could be anything over something that a person had owned, perhaps. This could also be as well. Looking at this now, when you're talking about Pallas and Taurus, this could be people that have this placement may have ability to learn through things that are demonstrated visually, and learning may be done in a very methodical, systematic, very plotting manner. It may be, I mean, of course, you got to look, at your other points like in your natal chart, your third house cusp, your Mercury, and of course that could be, that could modify this. I mean, to some degree. I mean, if somebody has, like, say, Mercury, like in Gemini, and or in the third house, I mean, this could be, obviously a person that might be able to learn, assimilate information more, quicker than the person that has Pallas and Taurus. I have a friend of mine that has, or former friend, has a Pallas and Taurus in his natal chart, but he also has Mercury in Virgo, has a Gemini ascendant. He's definitely, I'm sure his mentality was obviously very quicksilver, to say the least. Mercury in Virgo can actually have a tendency or proclivity to become impatient with those that can't think as fast as they do, and also Gemini rising. I mean, he has obviously very quicksilver mentality, so you got to look at the whole chart. When you're looking, as I stated in previous videos, you don't want to isolate any particular planetary placement or aspect or what have you. So, or even an asteroid, even it applies to asteroid placements, any astrological influence in general. Now, the thing about this too is that when you're looking at Pallas and astrology, it can be be connected with, as far as our strategies and in how we may plan them. Now, if somebody with Pallas and Taurus might be very calculating as far as their strategy may go, and it may be, and also you're talking about, as far as you're looking, as far as Pallas and astrology, it can also be about that perceived rapport, that relationship, that connection that one may have with their dad and their father. And given that this is in Pallas and Taurus, might perceive their connection with their father as one that's very stable, very steady, one that's very peaceful and tranquil, and with maybe very few disputes, but one which had a lot of, where they may see each other as very trustworthy, and one where there's a lot of loyalty and dedication, a lot of steadfast energy. Um, Also, to people, as far as Pallas goes in astrology, it can be about problems that may be attributed to a diminished or depleted immune system, debilitations that might be tied into that. And given that we're talking about Pallas and Taurus, it could be something that might be something like a cough or cold issues, or even a sore throat that might be attributed to a weakened immune system. There might be a propensity toward just general colds, and maybe even coughs or sore throats that are maybe that might be connected with, again, a diminished or depleted immune system. Now, this could be, and Pallas in astrology can also be associated with tough choices that one may have to make that are in conjunction with one's male relationships, whether you see it as a male relationship, a platonic one, or it could just be males that are prominent in one's life scheme. Now, somebody with Pallas and Taurus may make tough choices in connection with these male relationships, with a lot of ponderous energy, a lot of thinking and contemplating before actually acting on a decision in connection with this. Now, also, it can be about where people that have this placement can be very deliberate and methodical in terms, and very plotting in their strategy in terms of traversing uncharted territory. And also, talking about Pallas in astrology, can be connected with art. So somebody that has Pallas in Taurus may like art that's very basic, that has a lot of scenic beauty. It could be a mountainous region or pastures, anything that's like a peaceful depiction, or something that'll be invaluable. That'll be something that will lead to some affluence or prosperity. Artwork that may actually grow in terms of its monetary values as the years progress and time goes by. Um, Pallas in astrology can be about how one may make things transpire. Now, given that we're talking about Pallas and Taurus energy, one may make things transpire, so to speak, through something of a monetary nature, and maybe offering others compensation for something through their own accumulation of money. They may see this as the way to make things happen for themselves. And the thing about this too is when you're looking at Pallas in astrology, it can also indicate, Pallas can be associated with the kidneys. So if somebody has Pallas in Taurus, if there are kidney issues, they may be attributed strongly to maybe exorbitant, like sugar in one's diet, like say beverages. I would say more maybe with sweetened beverages. They could be carbonated beverages as well that have that are exorbitant in terms of its sugar, have an exorbitant sugar content in them, because of course carbonation, as many of you may know, can be associated. It could be a correlation with carbonation and kidney issues. But when you're talking about Taurus energy, of course, something that could be have a high sugar content, because Taurus energy can be associated with being enamored with sweets. I have a Taurus rising, as many of you may know, Taurus ascendant, and I love my sweets, but I say everything in moderation, and including moderation. Now, if somebody has, say, their Pallas in Taurus, if it makes an adverse aspect to their natal Jupiter, as an example, Remember that Pallas can be about how we might try to resolve our issues and dilemmas or predicaments we may be involved in. If somebody has an adverse aspect to Jupiter, it can be somebody that might be averse to the law, because Jupiter is connected with the law, and Pallas again can be about how one may resolve their issues. And in some negative manifestation, this could be about somebody that tries to resolve issues through through some kind of robbery or illegal acquisition of funds one way or another, some monetary crime. It could be through blackmail or just general robbery, or being a thief, taking funds from somebody illegally. And of course, the house that it's in can, impact the delineation as well of this. Now, let's say somebody has Pallas in Taurus, in their, in their third house. This could be a person that might solve certain dilemmas, maybe through a lot of strong power of concentration, persistence, tenacity, impatience, even latent energy in matters with local transportation, or matters with short journeys, such as a vehicle they may drive, and doing something with which might require a lot of laborious effort in terms of, for example, fixing a vehicle that they may drive. Because remember, the third house is connected with short journeys. If it's safe, it's in the sixth house in one's natal chart. This energy, in terms of solving issues, may be resolved through a lot of laborious effort, a lot of persistence, patience, and perseverance in work-related matters, working on a job that might be tedious and time-consuming, but being able to solve the issue through that Pallas in Taurus energy. It could be work-related. Anyway, people, this is Edwin Learnard. Until next time, stay well.